Hey guys, and welcome back to Castle Crush, and today we are going to be playing with another Catapult Rage deck here in double mana mode, and this is going to be a really interesting one because it's really just focused on the Catapult, basically, and it's like, can we win with this? You know, it's such a, you know, really kind of bare bones, gimmicky strategy here. Will this actually work? I think it kind of will, but I think it's definitely going to be pretty situational. So we really have to get the space set up for the catapults. I think once the catapults are out there, it's going to be, they're going to do a ton of damage, honestly, but until that happens, I'm going to have a real battle here to get in position. And I've got the two catapults down. Really do have to hope that they don't have gust of wind. But as long as they don't have gust of wind, I should be able to win. You can see how much damage it's doing already. And I have the double cannon shot, triple cannon shot. I've got this. Pretty cool stuff right there. I mean, very gimmicky deck, but when it's going to work, it's going to work. That's what I'm seeing. But this only really, I mean, maybe you could probably maybe use this in regular matches, but the thing is that having more cards being drawn kind of gives it a little bit more ability to especially get the cannon shots, because otherwise, I don't know, it might be a little bit hard to kind of support the catapult enough. Oh man, look at that. They got their own catapult out, and wow, what a match this is. Very similar strategy on their part. I do have the advantage though with those cannon shots and was able to just put them away. I mean, that was pretty wild because they were trying to go for a similar type of strategy, but I just shut them down with a barrage of cannon shots. And the rage also, I think, helps out a little bit. It's such a one-dimensional deck, though. I think a lot of people aren't really expecting it because of that. And that's what I think I find the most fun about it. Kind of like when you go for, you know, like metamorphing something really crazy right off the start of the match. Like, they're not necessarily expecting it, and then once you've gotten it in place, it's like, how do you counter this? Right here, this is a very hard thing to counter unless they have gust of wind. Very tough to counter without gust of wind. 3 different lanes of catapults. And I'm focused on blocking as much as possible. The double cannon shot, very close. One more cannon shot. I've got it. Nice. That was pretty wild. I mean, some of these people, they have a lot of health too. So that's kind of the craziest thing about this, is that if they don't have gust of wind, it doesn't really matter if they have fortify, because I can just like smash right through all that castle health. And this is going to get really interesting here. So I've got the rage down. I've got the second catapult in position. Oh no, I really needed to rage in the middle lane. Oh no, it looks like I messed that up a little bit. Oh, this is going to be really close. I was trying to sort of set up in case I could draw another catapult for the top lane, and I do draw one. Is this going to be enough? I could end up losing here. Come on, rage. Oh man, it's gonna be really close. Another catapult? Yes! Wow, I was gonna lose so badly right there. I was getting smashed in the other 2 lanes. I can't believe I managed to hang on. But you could see me sort of setting up the positioning even as the other lanes are going down. I was like blocking that top lane because I was like, I need this positioning. Because obviously, if you can't play the catapults far enough up, there's no real point to having them in the deck. So you have to use the cards to try and make sure you can still play them as far up as possible and have something blocking for them. But the dwarves are nice because, again, they're just really, really cheap to put out there. And pretty effective, too. And then, of course, the Jester with its knockback effect is also extremely useful. In this match, we were getting overrun, but the cannon shots came to the rescue. So, again, blocking with the Dwarf and the Jester, I do think these are very good. Those are very good cards to use in this situation. Of course, you can have catapults in a variety of different types of decks. You could go with a deck that's more focused around higher mana troops and still use Catapult. This was really just trying to focus around the early game with Catapult and Rage, and just putting out a huge amount of DPS in the early part of the game, which is exactly what it does. I do think one of my other decks, I mean, some of my other ones with Skull Queen, I think Skull Queen and Catapult is maybe more the way to go, because this one is pretty one-dimensional. If they have Gust of Wind or if they have Lightning, you can be in a lot of trouble with this deck because it doesn't really have too many options, like alternative options. This one right here, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just waiting to get the cannon shots, I guess, and eventually got them. So that's the advantage of the cannon shot in this deck. Could probably go with some other cards too, but I was trying to keep the mana cost fairly low so I could try and win before my opponents could really get out a lot of what they were trying to go for. I mean, pretty interesting. Some of these double mana strategies are pretty weird that people were coming up with, but honestly, I don't use the Siege Ballista like ever, but I've seen it used a lot in this game mode, so I don't know. I guess it's okay, but you kind of do have to have it well supported. Again, trying to block for those middle lane catapults. We've got 3 in 1 lane, look at that. With Rage on there, oh my gosh. Plus the 2 cannon shots. That was just so much damage straight to their castle so early in the game that, you know, kind of like getting a Reaper on someone early with a rushing deck. It's just, you know, just decimating the amount of damage that you can do with this type of strategy very quickly to your opponent, and the 2 cannon shots would already put them pretty close to being finished. Now I've got 3 cannon shots on them. The Fortify is a slight problem. I should just go before they... Well, okay. That was kind of weird. How did my Catapult end up at their castle? That was weird. I want to go back and see that again. That was weird. Anyways. I mean, the Ice Elemental, I'll take it, even though... Because the Boneyard is really, for me, in this deck, it's all about positioning. It does give me a little bit of help with, like, Rage for some damage. If they play Boneyard, that's like one of the biggest counters to a Catapult strategy deck, in my opinion, is Boneyard, because you block the lane so they can't get their positioning for the Catapults. And that's kind of a big deal. So you can see how many problems really Boneyard caused me in this match. And if they hadn't had it, I think I would have had a much better chance, but my Catapults got blocked by their Boneyard, and then that was really not going anywhere. But at least in this match, I have 2 Boneyards. That's a pretty good start. That is a good looking start. The Ice Elemental, really not a problem because it's not doing a whole lot of damage, which means they're not going to be able to break through to my Catapult very quickly, which is exactly what I want. So the Ice Elementals are really not the biggest problem, actually. Oh, and the Catapult still survives. That's good news. So I've got 3 Catapults down. I have to win this one. Come on. 4th Catapult going out there. No way I'm not going to win this. Way too much damage on their castle. They just realized they are in trouble, and down they go. that was a nice win. I mean, I got 4 catapults out there in, you know, it was like just entering mid-game. I mean, pretty crazy stuff. And again, just the blocking power of the Boneyard plus the Dwarf. Jester helps too. Trying to ignore the lane with the ranged cards in it in the middle lane because I figured I wasn't going to get through that one. So they're trying to fight for positioning against me here. It's kind of a real battle. Oh no, and I'm realizing I need to draw more cards. I'm running out. Oh no. No, I lost the positioning. You can see exactly how much of a problem that is when that happens, and it's just, that was tough. But again, positioning is key with this deck. If you want to use this deck, pretty much all about the positioning. So that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of unique strategy here. You win some, you lose some, but it is kind of fun to play with. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments and what other types of content I should create. Maybe subscribe if you're new to my channel for more content like this. And thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.